A very good morning. It's Mark here. The time is 9:30 Eastern Time. That's 2:30 GMT. Let's have a look at the dollar index, how things set up an hour into the US session. There is my daily chart with my levels in, and there is today's candlestick, big red candlestick, same as yesterday. But remember, the past couple of days, what we have seen is to open up. We see open up meaning Asian European session, US dollar struggles. Once the US session gets underway, US dollar does seem to fight back. We'll see if that's the pattern again today. Let's zoom in on the hourly. There's the support you can see at 106. Buyers have stepped in. Let's see if the price can get away from that 106. First level for buyers to look at would be 106.50 on the way to 107. Of course, sellers will be looking to extend these losses we've seen during the Asian and European session and look to come below the 106 level. S&P, which the markets open 9:30, so right now is when the major major equity markets get open. S&P 500 going into today's session. Let's start off, take a step back, look at the daily, and we can see how prices have hung around above the 6,000, which is really relevant. But you can see for the past few days, not a whole bunch. The high of 6,050 hasn't quite been tested, but that's where price action is so far today. Let's zoom in on the hourly. There you can see it hanging around the support level. A little bit lower for now, sitting at 6,028. The big number here is 6,000. Buyers will want to keep prices above 6,000. That'll certainly be the whole number that sellers are looking to test or break below. Commodities, let's see how gold is performing. That's the hourly. You can see on the hourly that gold continuing its fight back from yesterday, 2,653, in keeping with weak US dollar. So we saw US dollar weakening to start the day. Inverse relationship, weak US dollar, strong gold. That is the way it's playing out right now. 2,653, the support sitting here at 2,600. Buyers will look for the 2,700. There is your $100 range between 2.6 and 2.7. So they're kind of in the middle right now. 2,653. Let's zoom into the hourly. And you can see just how flat it is, right in the middle of that $100 range for now. I think gold may well be dictated to by the performance of the US dollar. US dollar does continue to weaken through the US session. Gold may well go higher than the 2.5, 2,650, go up to the 2.7. Should we see a turnaround in the US dollar and US dollar start to strengthen, I think that'll be tough for gold to continue to strengthen as well. Oil. Let's have a look at Brent. Those of you that were with me earlier saw that I shared my trade here, my sell trade. Reason I took the sell trade because of the descending trend line. So I don't even think it's going to come up and test it, or if it does, hopefully to come down and to revisit 71.65. Overall, looking pretty flat. You can see that on the hourly, although we do have lower highs. Bias does appear to be down. And if you go to the daily, there you can see, following the big sell-off, it struggled to fight back, not very successfully. There's support at 71.5, 71.68, and there is resistance at 73.72. That's a good $2 range for now. I'm looking for a continuation of the overall downtrend. not for prices to break above 73 and above this descending trend line, hopefully come down and visit the $71.5 level. Bitcoin is fighting back after a couple of tough days. There's the sell-off we saw. It hung around here for a few days when it was testing that $100,000 mark, 99,700. Didn't make higher highs after that. We did see lower lows. That's yesterday, 90,853. There's the fight back today. Pretty strong, not even a wick out of the bottom. So just the open and the open price and the low are the same. So for a big solid green candle, let's zoom in on the hourly. Looking pretty strong. The first level we're going to look at that it's going to test is 95,000. There's the 91. And there is that I've been speaking about a range between $4,500 that Bitcoin's been sitting in. There you can see it selling, and range traders selling off resistance, buying off support, gets to this area here. Sellers might well look for sell signals and look for a bounce down off the 95,000, come back down to the 91,000 mark. Good trading, guys.